Title: Parkland's own Houdini-Cop, Scot Peterson, vanishes from guilty verdicts, but did justice disappear too? TLDR. Former Parkland resource officer Scot Peterson, who allegedly pulled a "now you see me, now you don't" act during the 2018 Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, is popping bottles as he dodges a potential 95-year prison sentence. Peterson, dubbed the Houdini-Cop, was accused of child neglect and making false statements, but somehow made the guilty verdicts vanish. Story: guilty, not guilty. Scot Peterson, 60, aka Parkland's Houdini-Cop, was placed in the magical courtroom box for his disappearing act during the 2018 Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. Miraculously, he's walked away unscathed, with not a single guilty verdict staining his shirt. Accused of failing to confront the shooter who tragically claimed the lives of 14 students and 3 staff members, Scot seemed to have embraced the age-old wisdom: discretion is the better part of valor. Question is, was this the kind of valor we need from a resource officer? The magical act didn't stop there. Scot, a seasoned 30-year veteran of the Broward Sheriff's Office, was also charged with child neglect and making false statements post the attack. Essentially, the case against him claimed that he literally ghosted while the students were under a lethal threat. A vanishing act indeed. But, was this some twisted David Copperfield show or an unforgivable failure of duty? An internal investigation suggested our Houdini-Cop was nowhere near the firing line during the attack. Prosecutors even brought to light a potential Pinocchio moment, accusing him of falsely stating that he didn't hear any gunshots. But it seems the jury saw things differently, or maybe they believed in magic too. So, with his head on the table, as the verdicts were read, Scot, understandably, was in tears. From being fired post the probe report to pleading not guilty, it's been quite a journey for our illusionist cop. Once the emotional dust settled, Scot made it clear to reporters that he didn't consider himself the villain of this tragic tale. So, the elephant in the room remains: if Scot isn't to blame, who should be held accountable for this heartbreaking incident? Reflecting on this magical verdict, we're left wondering whether justice has also taken a bow and vanished along with Scot's guilty charges? Or is there more to this case than meets the eye? Now, it's your turn to share your thoughts. Did Scot Peterson simply make the most of a legal abracadabra, or did the court make a tragic oversight? And, more importantly, is it time to revisit how we hold our law enforcers accountable? Disclaimer: this article does not provide legal advice and is not an endorsement or recommendation of any particular legal strategy. Always consult with a professional for any legal concerns.